Digital dentistry revolutionizing smiles. Taking teeth, walking down the aisles.
All right, so today we are going to be diving into the world of dental marketing, which may not sound super exciting, but trust me on this one.
Okay.
This article we found, Marketing for Dentists, 24 Strategies to Increase New Patients in 2024, has some really interesting stuff in it.
Yeah, it does. It actually kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
How much the article emphasizes attracting the right type of patient, not just getting as many people in the door as possible.
Oh, interesting. So it's not just about like filling appointments. It's about finding the people who are actually going to be, I don't know, repeat customers. Or
It's about profitability, ultimately.
Okay.
So, if a dentist specializes in, say, cosmetic procedures or those invisible braces, it makes more sense to target patients who are actually interested in those higher-end services, right?
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Instead of just trying to be everything to everyone.
Yeah, like building a niche audience
Exactly.
and figuring out exactly how to talk to them.
You got it. And the article really seems to emphasize how important digital marketing is for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's how everyone finds everything these days, right? Like,
Totally. And they make this really, I don't know, kind of funny comparison, talking about how a poorly managed Google business profile is like letting the competition eat your lunch, basically.
Okay, I can see that. You're just kind of letting them walk all over you.
Yeah, because think about it.
Yeah.
When was the last time you looked past the first page of Google search results for anything?
Never.
Exactly. And the article actually says that something like 90% of people don't.
Wow.
90%. So if a dentist's website, or even more importantly, their Google Maps listing isn't showing up on that first page,
They're basically invisible.
they might as well not even exist online. It's like prime real estate, You got to be where people are looking.
It's your storefront, but in the digital world.
Exactly. And the article really gets into the nitty-gritty of optimizing that Google business profile.
Okay, so what kind of stuff are we talking about?
Making sure all the information's up to date, having good photos of the practice, and of course, encouraging those all-important positive reviews.
Because, yeah, we all look at those, right? I mean, I know I do.
Oh, absolutely. Whether it's a restaurant or a doctor,
Yeah.
those reviews can make or break you.
Totally. I mean, if I see a place with like 2 stars, I'm probably not going.
Exactly. And the article really hammers home this idea of social proof.
Oh, interesting. What does that even mean?
Basically, it's the idea that people are more likely to trust something if they see other people vouching for it.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Like a friend recommending a restaurant versus just seeing an ad for it.
Right, yeah.
So in the context of dentistry, those online reviews are huge GE.
They're like little testimonials, right?
Exactly. They back up whatever other marketing the dentist is doing.
Yeah.
You can have the slickest website in the world.
Yeah.
But if your reviews are bad, it's not going to matter.
People are going to be wary.
Exactly. It's about building trust, which is obviously super important for something like dentistry.
For sure. So we've got Google, we've got reviews. What else? This article did say 24 strategies.
Oh, yeah, it's packed. One thing that really jumped out at me was how much it talked about video marketing.
Really? For dentists? Like, are we talking TikTok dances with floss now or something?
Well, maybe not quite that, but you'd be surprised. Apparently, some dentists are actually on TikTok now.
Wow. I would not have guessed that.
But it makes sense when you think about it. The article says almost 70% of people would rather learn about a service through video than any other way.
Huh. Interesting. I guess I can see that. It's more engaging than just reading something.
Right, exactly. Plus, with things like Instagram Reels and TikTok, it's a way for dentists to reach a younger audience.
Okay, so is it just like before and after photos of people's teeth set to music? What are we talking about here?
It can be that, but it's often more about just showing their expertise in a way that's relatable.
Okay.
So like quick videos answering common questions, maybe some tips for better brushing, stuff like that.
Oh, interesting. So kind of like demystifying the whole dentist experience a little bit.
That's the idea, making it less scary, And the good thing is, you don't need a fancy camera crew to make these videos.
Right. Everyone's got a smartphone these days.
Exactly. The article was saying even simple smartphone videos can be really effective if they're done well.
Okay, so we've covered Google, video. What about a good old-fashioned website? Is that still relevant?
Oh, absolutely. The article's very clear on that.
It's kind of like the online version of your waiting room, right? The first thing people see when they're checking you out.
Exactly. And you wouldn't want a waiting room that feels like stuck in the 90s, would you?
Definitely not.
So your website needs to be, Visually appealing, easy to navigate.
Mobile friendly, super important.
Oh, absolutely. That's huge these days. The article really stresses that.
Yeah, because I'm on my phone for like everything. If I can book a flight on there,
Right.
I should be able to schedule a dentist appointment too.
Exactly. And having like high quality images on the site.
Oh, yeah, that makes a difference.
Engaging content that clearly explains the services.
So people aren't like clicking around forever trying to find basic info.
Exactly. And they even talked about embedding videos, which makes sense given what we were just saying about video marketing.
Yeah, it's all connected.
It's all part of creating that experience for the patient even before they set foot in the actual office.
Okay, so we've talked about websites, Google, video. That's a lot of digital stuff.
Right.
But then the article kind of surprised me by going back to something that seems, I don't know, almost old-fashioned.
What's that?
Human connection.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's always going to be important, right? No matter how tech savvy we get.
Yeah, I guess so. But it's interesting to think about how that translates to like a digital strategy.
Because ultimately, people still want that personal touch. You know, they want to feel like they're dealing with actual humans.
So it's not enough to just have like a sleek website or targeted ads. You need more than that.
Right. Those things can get people in the door, but it's that human connection that keeps them coming back.
Okay, so how does a dentist actually do that online then? What are we talking about?
It could be simple things, honestly, like responding to online reviews personally.
Yeah, that's a good point. Shows you're paying attention.
Exactly. Engaging with people on social media, using email marketing to send out, birthday wishes or something.
So it's about being like more personable, less corporate-y.
Exactly. And the article actually called this building a community around a practice.
I like that. Makes it seem less clinical.
Right. And speaking of doing good, one thing that I thought was really cool was this whole concept of charity dental marketing.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Is that what it sounds like?
Yeah, so basically using your platform to give back to the community.
I like it already.
The article mentioned things like offering free dental days for underserved communities.
Wow, that's amazing.
Or partnering with local charities, maybe even doing smile makeovers for people in need.
So they're not just talking about teeth, they're actually making a difference in people's lives.
Exactly. And that resonates with people,
Yeah.
It shows you're not just about making a profit.
It's like values-based marketing, right? People are into that these days.
Absolutely. And it's not just dentistry. We're seeing it across the board.
People want to support businesses that align with what they care about.
Exactly. Okay, now let's talk about something else that's really interesting, and that's AI. Specifically, AI in dental marketing.
Okay, so we've officially gone full sci-fi now.
Right. But seriously, AI is everywhere, and dentistry is no exception.
So are we talking like robot dentists now? Am I going to walk in and there's just a machine going beep?
Not quite yet, but hey, you never know, right?
Okay, but seriously, what are we talking about here?
Well, the article specifically mentioned ChatGPT, which I'm sure you've heard of.
Oh, yeah. Everyone's talking about that.
And it makes sense for dentists to use it too.
How so?
Well, think about all the writing they have to do, right? Website copy, blog posts, social media captions, email newsletters.
It's a lot.
It is. And ChatGPT can help with all of that.
So instead of like agonizing over every word, they can just have this AI do it for them.
Pretty much. Obviously, they still need to review it and make sure it sounds right.
Of course, of course.
But it can save them a ton of time and effort.
So it's like having a little marketing assistant, but without having to actually hire someone.
Exactly. And the article even mentions some surprisingly, low-tech strategies too.
Oh.
Like what? Like blog post exchanges.
Okay, now that sounds kind of old school.
It does, right?
Yeah.
But it can still be really effective.
So how does that work exactly? You just email someone and say, hey, let's write about each other.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You find another business, ideally with a similar target audience, and propose a trade.
Okay.
They let you write a blog post for their website. You do the same for them. Everybody wins.
So it's like cross-promotion, but with blog posts?
Exactly. You get exposed to their audience. They get exposed to yours.
And I'm guessing Google likes it because it sees fresh content on both sites.
That's a big part of it, yeah. It shows you're active and engaged.
Which is what Google wants to see. Speaking of Google, the article also talked about those end-of-year marketing campaigns.
Oh, yeah, the ones that always make you feel like you need to buy something.
Exactly. But for dentists, it's more about reminding people about their dental benefits.
Oh, right, because those often expire at the end of the year.
Yep. So it's kind of a last chance to use them or lose them.
It's like a friendly reminder. Hey, don't forget to take care of your teeth before the year's up.
And hey, while you're at it, maybe book that cleaning you've been putting off.
Exactly.
Well, it seems like we've covered a lot of ground here. From Google profiles to TikTok videos to good old-fashioned human connection.
It's a lot to think about.
It is, but I think the main takeaway is that dental marketing, really any kind of marketing these days, is about being findable, being engaging, and being authentic.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
And on that note, we'll wrap up this deep dive into the surprisingly fascinating world of dental marketing. If you're inspired to go out and revamp your own online presence, we've done our job. Until next time.